Welcome to a zerok cast where we have a large match with 21 players. We've got in the teal Dudney with spiders, we've got green shield bots, we've got a boat shipyard in the also like bluish green turquoise maybe, I don't know, blue with cloak bots, rovers in the purple. Go away that thing. Purple with amphibots, cloak bots here in like also like greenish, dark green I guess. And up north we've got more cloak bots and someone who's already going for Strider hub. On the other side we've got shield bots, spiders, red more shields, then more spiders, no factory yet, shipyard, jump bots, airplanes, and more shield bots and more spiders and shields. Because Yummy has double commander and therefore double factory. Because this is a 21 player match where, well, that means that we've got one player who acts as double. In this case, Yummy. Someone who does not actually use their, like follow mouse. They don't have their mouse like visible, I guess. Not like this blue dot. Anyways, this is a match that people who have been following the zerok Twitter have probably seen already. Just because, well, there is a lot going to happen in this match. We'll have naval battles, we've got naval sneak attacks, which, yeah, naval sneak attacks even though there is just one simple river in the middle, yeah. And there will be naval sneak attacks, don't you worry. Also something to add that right now, and of course it could change with like blue here for instance, Team East is the only team that has air. They've got airplanes, which Team West does not. They've not got gunships. They are at a bit of a loss there. And for some reason they already went Seawolf, even though they're only facing up against hunters, which have torpedoes. And yeah, Seawolves are like way more expensive, like double, more than double. Anyways, down south we've already got a felon out on the field for like shield damage, high DPS, but kind of vulnerable once their shields go down. Double Riot over here in Reaver is pretty much a counter to everything except for the commander. And Fat Bastard, or sorry, Bastard, has actually decided that no, maybe going forward again this many bandits is not a good idea. Right. Here in the back there is a little bit of a flea harassment, but that should not really be a big problem, and it has already been dealt with. Up north we've got a couple of assault hermits moving in, but those should be cleaned up and this shield ball isn't too scary. Going to be a level 4 commander soon, the Tex Willer by Astran. So this should be, well, decently defended. I mean, one of the higher level players I feel is up north. Down south, Yummy with double commander, one of them is heavily damaged, is trying to move forward, and with Phoenix here to, well, damage things. I mean, I still find them kinda disappointing most of the time. Anyways, like Firewalker here will harass the shields, but it should not be enough to just push this position back from Yummy. Over here, in between these two hills, it is a great place for the pirates to like go, just because they can jump up if there is too much over here, for instance, knights. Economy is still super even, which makes sense of course, being a large team game and all that. And then careful, yes careful indeed, because sometimes people just say, oh let me just use my Raven to destroy your Firewalker. Sure thing. Already 3 felons out over here. That is weird. to say the least. Because it's super high DPS of like 700 plus 705. Yeah, 705 DPS per Felon. So that's a lot of DPS. However, their shields run out super quickly as well. So without any thugs to back it up, and yeah, there are 2 by now, but that's still not that many. These shields look strong, but really aren't in longer fights. And the gremlins and pickets have just taken down a phoenix. Very nicely done. Hacksaw will be up soon as well. And yeah, this is the problem. No shield, and no shield means that Felon will die. Engineer level 4 with the sniper gun does of course deal very nice damage against those Felons once their shields are gone. Getting up Jacks is probably a good idea, just because, well, Jack is of course an assault, which means a lot of HP, but it's also melee, and melee units tend to have good DPS. So they can drain the shields from the Felons and then just destroy them. You know, it really is not a bad idea to use nor to use Jacks in this case. Right now, there is a lot of reclaim down south. Up north, not that much, and well, a very nicely gathered commander. I mean, it's not too important, just because it's their own commander. It's not as if they stole the enemy commander. And well, couple of artillery pieces in emissaries and slings, trying to do their best, but this is a little bit of a stalemate. Over here now you do have a couple of thugs over here, however they're not anywhere close to the Felons. And yes, the Felons did take down 1 Jack, however this one is still almost full HP. And all of the Felon shields have just been drained. Because it's like 80 per shot? Shield drain 75 per shot. However, now we do have an Aspis here, and we've got thugs as well. The shield ball should now be pretty damn strong. Something I should also add is that, something I do want to say is that I turned off the outline on units, just because for some reason that thing, just the simple outline, takes like 30% GPU usage. Which is kinda insane in my opinion. Anyways, because of that we will now have like different looking units compared to what you might be used to. But here the Felons are once again out of shield. However, yeah, that thing, the Lico, the flying death bomber, is of course really nice to deal with. Well, everything. Fat bastards should not be taken down because the Felons are all out of shields. However, that's a lot of recluse that even if just a couple of stray rockets hit, it's dead, and it is indeed. Moving it out earlier would have been a better idea, because I'm pretty sure that Maji or someone else said, "Watch out, careful," something along those lines. What are you doing here? Go away. Yeah, there are badges, no one cares. Over here, well, what do you have? I didn't really spot the initial hunter drop, I guess. But this little Athena did a good job. It built a gen over here, which means that they now have a naval sneak. Yeah, a naval sneak on a river. It's not something you might expect, but it is here. And with an envoy, a couple of hunters and a couple of mistrals, it should be a decent force over here. Maybe get a couple of amphibots to also go here. Help here, yeah. Sure. Shipyard should go down, and will the commander? I mean, it really shouldn't. And it, no, Athena is right here. So, just like that, I mean, envoys should be able to take down the Singularity before it is being before it's built. Zephyr, the anti-air, is here as well because, well, anti-air would be a good solution to what units there are. Here, using like the Lico, maybe a couple of Ravens, would be a good idea, right? However, yeah. With enough anti-air close, they can't really do anything, and looking at this range of 7s isn't that impressive. Little bit annoying for you. Anyways, over here we've got shields in the middle, a standoff between our naval units, or naval armies. Maybe this force should consider retreating, just because if they're being, well, pincered from two sides, that's not going to be great. Over here, Lico is doing their best. And, well, where are the Zephyrs? They are gone. That's a bit of a problem. And a couple of silents are moving back, which are like Riot Assault. But yeah, I mean, they still get taken down quite easily by envoys, just because envoys are easy to dodge, but sirens are too slow for that. And now here they say, yeah, you should have retreated. Even though the position is not actually being pushed all that much, right? So even though they say you should have retreated, why? I mean, it's just 3 sirens moving forwards. You've got 2 sirens and 2 mistrals. Not a big deal. Over here though, grizzlies and all that, a couple of other cloaked units. Lobster here to throw the grizzlies or other units forwards into this whole bunch of felons. And again, no other shields to like help out with the shield ball. It's not great. Yes, it's a lot of DPS, but only the Aspis is going to help you with like continuing your attack. It's very quick, and then you have to go back. Double Grizzly already, that's like 4,000 damage a shot. No, actually not, it's only 3,000. Grizzlies are useless. Well, not useless, but they're not as strong as you might expect or hope. If you compare them to like Lances, for instance, which do like 3,000 a shot. Not completely sure how their DPS stacks up though. Over here, Astran with the like cloak shield thingy, area cloak is what it's called. For his welders and all that. Should be decent to like push this position, or at least like help reclaim. And well, slings are moving forwards. There is not exactly a lot over here. I mean, there will be a Desolator soon, which is not able to reach all that far. Over here, a lot of spiders moving forwards, however, like, what can they do? I mean, there is an enemy force of spiders over here as well. On a pretty important position because of this, well, yeah, lamp. Lamp, where do they go? That's the problem, I don't completely know. I believe it was here. And indeed, it is. The Djinn, almost at the side of the water. That's a lot of Recluse and Redbacks moving through a Djinn. What can they do though? I mean, there are a couple of ducks over there, maybe they can take down the factory? But with this many ducks going around, take down the Djinn and then take down the Recluse. Then here, Lico killing like 4 or 5 Recluse as well. I mean, it's a very nice attempt, however, it also leaves your own base kind of exposed. Because those spiders from the enemy should be able to move forwards now. Factory should go down over here. Does indeed. Yes, help is going to be given. That's the thing, Djinn is actually way more defensive than I thought it was. It's like 2500 HP, which is kind of a lot. However, with another Lico coming in, it does go down. Athena was just barely missed. But this is what I mean. Now the spiders from Team East are able to push forwards. And well, what is there in terms of defense? Here there is There are a couple of loaders, but that's it. Then you can take down factory. Here you could take down geothermal. In the back of your base, you don't have that much. And even just these weavers being able to expand, take like 1,000 worth of reclaim, should be good. Over here, envoys are trying to take down the shields, along with the sirens of course. And there are more shields over here for Team West, I'm pretty damn sure. So this position should slowly be taken by Team West, unless Team East tries to like reinforce with like a lot of ducks or something like that. Ducks just scouting that there is not secretly another Jin in the back, which there isn't. And over here, well, Team West has slowly expanded, should be able to take these metal extractors kind of soon, and probably take down the shields with the emissaries, and all that should not be too difficult. Over here, Imp, going to stun, nothing. Really should have moved the Cornea or the commander forward a little bit, I feel, in order to get the Imp to the shields, because that of course does take down the shields by a lot. Just because the Imp has like 2500 paralyzation damage. And okay, this could be a good shot. However, it's there and yeah, I mean it did a decent job. Stunned a couple of the shields, but not that many. Now though, Hoppy's moving out and going back because Razor, anti-air, that's not great. Double. Problem now. Okay, stun bomb from Impulse Commander is of course really nice. However, where is your Imp now? You should have probably kept one available, and this one actually stunned your own welders and Cornea. That's not great. Because now the enemy does know at least that you don't have anything in front. Couple of units have been stunned for Team East, but I mean not a significant amount. This position, it looked quite decent, however by now, there is not a lot here. Desolator will take a while before it's up. There is a Stinger, but other things is pretty much only like, I don't know, like artillery. That's about it. Couple of little Swifts trying to be annoying though. They aren't really able to do that much. Astrans, level 10 Trollcom, should be able to do a decent job over here. I mean, it should be able to push this back at least a little in order to reclaim the reclaim. And over here, that was like 5 Licos trying to take down this position. I don't think they did a lot, however, I believe some naval unit did go down. So, Nanopilot should have just killed this. And that's what they mean with like Team East, I believe Nanopilot was. Yeah, they probably should have, because I don't know what they had over here. Desolator now is up, however not in a good enough energy grid, because this grid is only 46 energy. After this energy pylon goes up, it should be connected to these, and that should just barely make it enough. Over here a couple of fleets are trying to be annoying, however they die against simple little loaders. Not with the redbacks behind though. Economy by now, because of reclaim, way better for Team West, and looking at total teams, actually slightly better for Team East. Licos once again dropping a lot of bombs on these shields, and once again killing a little bit, but not achieving all that much. There is a decent amount of ducks over here for Team East, but that's about it. I mean, what can they really do with those ducks? I mean, ducks should be countered by just a couple of hunters, or your own ducks, or maybe even sirens, with their like, what you gonna call it? Sonic Blast, yep. And buoys. Going up, very nice, however, there were so many mistrolls that yeah, most of the buoys already died. Down south has been going quite well for Team East, and although there is still not exactly a lot here in terms of shield ball, just mainly still felons, they are actually able to advance a little bit. Over here Yami has a jack themselves now. And Firewalker Liko, it's not able to do that much, right? I mean, it dropped one bomb, but it also died. Whee! Flying reclaim! Ooh, wham! Okay, I did not actually see this before. I like that. Because this little bit of terrain manipulation, terraform. Over here though, yep, this is something I tried to spot earlier, but I did not back then and I missed it. A lot of Cloak Knights moved in and are able to do a whole bunch of damage. Over here Merlin will be delayed. However, there isn't anything to take down the advanced Geo. Snitch tries to do their best, but it's not really that good. I mean, Snitch does deal damage, however, Knights are assaults, so yeah, they are supposed to have a lot of HP. Going this way, they should be able to clean up at least a couple of these wind generators and then should be countered by Likos, right? I mean, there are 5 or 6 Likos on the field already for Team East. So it should not be too difficult to take down this many Knights, especially not because they are still kind of clumped up. There they come, that's 1, 2, 3 and 4, but they're all and that's 5. Pretty much all were shooting in the same position. That's not great, because that means that you do not take down as much as you should have. Now, what is left over here when it comes to defenses? There is a Stinger, there is a single Lotus, there is a level 2 commander, Lord of the Fleas. That's not that much, and those bandits, though decent, are still quite far behind. There is the first Liko going back for another shot. Next 3 are also coming in, and this time around Knights aren't spread out. Maybe the Likos do actually get all of the Knights. Indeed they do, and the bandits help out. Just barely, Team East actually does manage to hold this position. And yes, there is a new Copoda soon. Over here, Grizzlies, multiple, and Ducks. What do you have against Ducks? Well, you've got your Sirens. And a couple of Hunters. Not that many though. And I don't see any Urchins. A couple of them are coming up now. But still not that many. Shields over here are all almost taken down. So you should be able to advance here if you're Team West very soon. More Likos moving up, and that's a lot of air superiority fighters though. Always super disappointing in my eyes. I don't understand these things, the Raptors. Maybe that's just because I prefer burst damage anti-air in general. But I really do not like them. Over here though, a lot of Hermits and Redbacks moving out. Hermits should have probably been in front to soak the damage. But they are still able to move forwards quite easily. Couple of glaives should be cleaned up. Enemy Redbacks should also be cleaned up without too much difficulty. And then you do encounter a lot of slings, which you're not really able to catch up to. So, although you will be able to push forwards, I don't see a lot that you will be able to destroy. However, you will be able to take this reclaim at least for a little while. Tremor did go down, I'm not sure how long ago. And over here, well, Shield Ball over here is quite strong with a lot of Racketeers. Racketeer is of course able to, well, stun pretty much everything over here. Will be a decent or good counter to the Desolator, which normally is relatively difficult to take down. And 1, 2, couple more, and the Desolator is stunned. After that, what's left? There are a couple of Reavers here. Sure. And then air superiority. That's not a big deal. And then artillery. It should not be too difficult to push this position if you have enough Racketeers to stun the Desolator and maybe some other units or buildings. In the middle, well, the Air Force is definitely important for Team East to hold the water position. That's why there are a lot of Service over here, which aren't able to do that much. And the Ducks now will be able to push forwards and probably take down at least a couple of the caretakers if they so wish. Because there aren't that many torpedo units for Team West over here. Couple of hunters, but not that many. Using your Grizzly will be a lot more difficult though. Of course, the nice thing about Grizzly is that you can't just go up, shoot once and immediately go back down. Just because that of course exposes it for a short amount of time. And still does, well, pretty much the same DPS as it would normally do. Over here, Outcast, Orange Sky and Nanopirate with 3 commanders trying to push this position. However, there are now a lot of Ratback and Recluse, standard composition, 4 spiders and a small shield ball as well. I don't think you'll be able to hold this position for a very long time, if you're even able to get it. With your spiders you should be able to hold it, I would imagine. However, Hermits are of course not exactly a good anti-unit unit. Lycos from Team West, I believe it was Moji. Yep, Moji indeed. What will you be able to do? And, well, that's right, take down a whole bunch of these spiders already. Recluse should be able to deal with the rest of them, and then it's a matter of moving in and kill those commanders. Takes away 12 eco and of course a very expensive commander. It's a 13 level and it's leveling up again, so it will be a level 14 commander. Over here though, yeah, that's a lot of Lycos. So many Lycos. And Swiss trying to deal with the anti-air superiority fighters. Sure. Also, like, these things are kind of weird. These are Gnats from the gunship factory. 370 HP, even though they're only 90 cost and stun quite well. Kind of interesting at how much HP they still have. Nice picket ball over here that I did not actually know existed. A 3x3 just with pickets should be a decent anti-air. And this position will be very difficult to push for Team East, if they're even able to get this back, because of Lucifer over here and Chainsaw for good anti-air. 50 plus glaives are also moving in over here, and what is there in terms of defense? Well, there is a lot over here with Felons and Recluse, but if they're able to get past that, there isn't anything here. Over here, spiders from Team East are still alive. And, well, the commanders are building up a quite well fortified position. And that means they will have a lot of reclaims soon. Faraday is already out, not completely sure what else you're going to be building. However, yeah, there isn't anything over here for Team West to actually push this position back. A lot of Vandals for anti-air. And then a little bit of artillery, sure. But also, yeah, Fleas are good enough against Recluse in Skirm. assault in helmet, and also sling in artillery. Even though, yeah, recluse will still hit a couple of the fleets just because of how many recluse there are. Fleas aren't a bad idea here, because your recluse are also able to hit your own units, if you're a little bit unlucky. Over here, shield ball is finally moving forward. However, Merlin's here to at least take down a little bit of the shield, even though it misses most of their shots. And that's a lot of knights. Cloak knights, once again, they can do a lot. Over here, the nuke is already up. Will it be shot? It will. It will be shot. However, how long will it take before it is shot? Over here, Desolator, yada yada yada. Sure. Still a position that you would expect to push earlier. However, like from either team, would have been able to at one point. But it's a bit of a stalemate over here. Lucifer and Desolator is very difficult to push. Lot of damage. You really would need either to outrange them both with like your Tremor, because I'm pretty sure that outranges it. Maybe not. I think it would just barely outreach the Lucifer. Yeah, I'm pretty sure. Doesn't outrange it by much though. So you will have to be very careful. Merlin's over here actually able to do quite a lot, even though you are supposed to be artillery and all that. Harpies moving in as well, and yeah, what is here to deal with the Harpies? Well, a lot of Vandals. However, Vandal, though it is an anti-air unit, I really like in 1v1s. As a quick response to an air switch, it's not actually that strong in terms of its DPS, and there are a lot of Harpies here. Outcast will be ferried back by the Hercules, so we'll not be losing the commander anytime soon. Over here, reclaim with the Weaver is actually happening for Team West, which is really nice, because looking at the position you would expect Team East to be able to take most of it, and I don't have an army anymore. That's too bad. Shield Ball on this side with just one Felon, and then Thugs, the standard Shield Ball, especially for like small Shield Ball, is way more effective than the one on this side ever was. However, there is now like Funnel Web coming in, there are a lot of aspects. By now this is a very efficient, like not efficient, but like effective Shield Ball. Over here, a lot of glaives which are trying to be dealt with by using Lecos. However, like Leco, although it's very strong, it's not exactly good against well spread out units, which these glaives pretty much were. Glaives moving forward, taking down quite a lot of the economy. And, well, this isn't great. If there is a Leco coming in now, you could kill most of these. There he is. Okay, good. So, over here, glaives will be trying to deal with the Jack, and are being stunned by Faraday. That's not what you want. And all of the glaives, or like most of the glaives, have been just cleaned up. Not exactly scary anymore. However, what is this shield ball doing here? Where are you going with the shield ball? Are you now going to launch a counterattack through here? Because if you're not, then why do you have it go back this far? I don't know. Looking at this position now, couple of recluse and a funnel web. That's it. This can easily be pushed by these knights. Big Bertha is being constructed here for some reason. Not completely sure why. What's its range? It is able to range most of the map. Widow over here is already a cloaked scout slash anti-heavy and is really good at scouting. just because of its very small footprint when it comes to like the decloak range. More imps or snitches, which was it? Not completely sure. Imp, probably. Oh, actually, I'm not completely sure because it is stunned over there. Did move forwards, didn't do that much. But oh well. Over here, single thug should be cleaned up quite easily. And the army over here is finally starting to mass up for Team West. Couple of shields, of course, very nice. And then shield ball over here. Without a felon. This doesn't deal a lot of damage, so should be dealt with quite easily by just using your recluse. Racketeers should be able to at least stun the shield quite well. Over here, yeah, the water, I don't fully understand the water here. I mean, it's just a stalemate on both sides with a whole bunch of shields. Over here, oh no, oh no, oh no. That's a lot of Licos coming in. Like a lot of Licos. However, Licos are decent in terms of their HP. But with a lot of anti-air in chainsaws. And these things, raptors. They should be dealt with relatively well. More cloak bots moving through glaives and knights, this time not even cloaked. What is here in terms of its defense? Well, there is a very big shield ball, which is being drawn out because they're not all moving at the same speed. And there are gnats to stun glaives. Not exactly the best use for them, I would say. And knights are actually moving back. Sure. What do we have over there? Just flee? Yeah, sure. Lico just going the long way around. And honestly, like, if the Lico wasn't wasting their shots on glaives like these, it could have had a massive shot over here. However, that of course requires micro. And look, hitting the first knight isn't great. Hit the mass of knights. But again, I understand that it takes a lot of, well, attention and micro to like actually do it well. However, that's why often airplane factories are seen as like high skill. Pretty sure that's why Mudgy on this side is actually using it. Right, it's Mudgy's this one. Yeah, it is. They're one of the higher level players on this in this match, at least for Team West. Over here, Reefy is being constructed. But I'm not completely sure how much this will do, because I mean, the water over here is kind of stalemated. And Mudgy, I'm pretty sure, did quite a decent job against these shields. It's of course a bit of a problem with the shield ball if you're facing Licos. Licos do a lot of damage, do quite decent AoE, and shield ball tends to clump up. That's not a good combination. Over here you will have a Cloakbot factory soon, although I kind of wonder what you're going to use it for. And the nuke has just been launched. Oh, come on. There, whee! There goes. Nuke is launched and nuke will be going right here. However, will the nuke do anything? That's of course the question, and the answer is, oh, boom, no. If you want to have that shot visible way better, then please just go to the zerok Twitter. So, over here. Not actually that much army for Team West, however, with Lucifer, Cerberus, and good anti-air and a couple of Merlins, should be able to hold or even push this position later on, because there isn't a lot here for Team East either. And you're making Scythes and Phantoms. That's probably a decent or even a good idea. Over here, another anti-nuke is up in 1 second. Zenith will also be going up kinda soon, however, there is a problem with Zenith. It only reaches to this point. Which means that even if you like try to put it as far as you can. I'm pretty sure the yellow circle is their maximum range, I guess, with the asteroids, because it's not exactly accurate. It's still not going to do all that much. Right, on this side, well, there is still a good shield ball here with a lot of racketeers, which, in my eyes, should be able to deal with this. How do you fight in earthworks in zerok? Sure. Like, this position should be cleaned up. I mean, Spider and shield ball working together shouldn't have too much difficulty over here, right? I mean, racketeers stunning the desolator, maybe stun the anti-nuke, is a good idea if you can do so, and then nuke the whole base. I mean, that would be a good idea, however, it's very difficult to do. And shields or spiders are now coming in for Team West as well. Licos are actually able to get out of there with their life, just because there isn't a lot of anti-air over here. There are no, or there are a couple, but like not that many tarantulas. There isn't a chainsaw. There is a thresher over here, but it's kind of meh. Over a level 18 offensive commander. Killing that thing is 22,000 metal. I'm not sure how much that means for your reclaim. Yes, there is a Zenith going up. We know. While on this side I'm pretty sure you're going for both detriment soon, something, and a multitude of big firing Malaysia things. Sunlance, no. Where is a commander? Here. This thing. Starlight. That's it. Merlin's over here trying their best to take down the shields, however there are a lot of shields over here. Boom boom! Licos doing what they do best and just destroying things. Over here, as I said, would be quite decent. Yep, scythes moving in. And taking down, I believe, 2 Merlins in the process. At least one Phantom is over here already. However, yep, it's exposed now and should die. Simple as that. It should die. A lot of cranes here to get all of this reclaim. Because of that, almost 100, like 80 more metal per second for Team West. Looking at total economies now, super duper even. Was a little bit behind for Team West early on, but still going strong. And with a positive attrition, it shouldn't be a big problem. Reef over here is having, well, an impact, most likely. And, well, the person who commented on this replay wanted to see a little bit of attention to the Reef, so I'll give it to him. Good job, Reef. You did something. Very well done. So, that is enough attention to the Reef. Over here, Nanopirate should be able to die very soon. Only has 3000 HP left, which sounds like a lot, but it's only a level 4. It's a level 14 commander, so it's not that much, but is being ferried out of there just like their comrade was a little bit earlier. So should be healed up and back into the fight in a couple of minutes. Over here, spiders are trying to hold the line because this is still a position that should be able to be taken once these spiders are gone. Not completely sure what you want to do with these Newton traps, because I don't see like a snitch ramp, so like a Newton ramp or anything, so I don't know why you have 3 of them there. It's not just to push away units, I would imagine. Over here, Reef will once again try to stun this, I guess. And over here, well, fleas are scouting for some reason. And great shot for a Lico if you have it close, because that's 5 impalers. Who did this? Who used so much energy on their conjurers? It's bright. It's super duper bright. And even more, wow, even more cloak in Cornea. So, Phantom will be able to shoot some of these Impalers soon, and that is great if your team is, because Impalers are worth 700. Your Phantom 750, which means that if you just take down 2 Impalers, it's already worth it. And it's not as if Impalers are really able to scout for a Phantom, like some other artillery units might be able to do. Over here, that's a lot of Hunters moving in. And yes, there is a lot of shield here as well for Team West. However, Hunters should still be able to do quite a decent job over here, I would imagine. Didn't do as well as you may have hoped, but it still did something. And over here, a lot of shields are available. You should probably just move forward. Not sure who is commanding this ferry, this Hercules, but they're doing a great job. I mean, taking back commanders, taking back striders when they are heavily damaged is very nice. Especially because, of course, healing up only costs energy, which is pretty free if you look at it. It's 1100 versus just 200 metal. So, the shield ball is finally moving forwards. And with a lot of racketeers as well, you should be able to stun things, though watch out with your Merlins. You almost killed a couple of your own thugs. Over here, Seawolf and all that, yeah, sure. Drones from the reefs are trying to do their best, but I'm not sure how much they're actually able to accomplish. I don't imagine much. Down south, well, fleets are still scouting, and all of the Impalers went down, but now they are being reclaimed. Or at least most of them. Maybe 1 or 2 survived. Over here, Triple Merlin should be able to push forwards over here soon. At least like damage the Dante before your other units move in. And with this many racketeers, you should be able to stun the Dante as well. There it is, stunned for 4 more seconds. Just stun it once or twice more and it should be very, very dead. Now watch it with your Merlins though. Ooh, that's a problem. You lost quite a lot of your own units in that exchange. Where's my mouse? There. Zenith will be up in 1 minute 13. And Big Bertha will also go up soon, you would hope, but actually no, because it's being reclaimed by the caretakers. Because they believe that the Zenith is way more important, which, you know what, yeah, I can agree with that. Over here, how is your Zenith defense going? Well, Starlight over here, which is able to reach the Zenith. The Zenith is not able to reach there, and then Zenith is not, well, it is kind of able to reach the Starlight. Over here though, we've already got another Starlight going up, or Team West. Should probably be low prio, even though that's not, just because, well, you want to finish your 40-second Zenith first, I would say. And then go for the Starlight. Shogun now up as well. Shogun might be able to do a lot more than the Reef, but I don't know. Over here, Shield Ball could also move forward into this place, just because, well, there are a lot of Sea Wolves which are not able to hit this Shield Ball at all. Hunter is now moving forwards to take down the Grizzlies before they go up, and then the rest of their units are able to hit the Grizzlies once they go up. Over here, well, we've got a couple of phantoms just on the ridge trying to take down the boats. But aren't able to accomplish that much, I would say. And they are kinda trapped in case, well, people go around with some units. Over here, position is still being held by Team East. And, well, there isn't that much to reclaim over here. Outcast, with a 15,000 HP commander, should be able to hold this position quite okay. Because there isn't that much over here for Team West, except for a couple of Merlins. And of course, yeah, Merlins are really good in terms of like their damage output. But still, not this much. And oh, I kinda missed it, but like this is the first Zenith shot. Might have a clip right now for when I actually do pay attention to it, because I do already have that. But probably not, let's be honest. Over here, a lot more size moving in to take down the Impalers. And what else is there over here? Well, not a lot. Yeah, squishy caretakers. And then into the base. Could you take down the Artemis? Well, maybe you could. However, Reavers over here would like to just have a word with the Scythes. And over here, well, fleas and all that, sure. Good. Zenith! Are you going to shoot once more? Or are you not? Because you've got quite a lot of meteorites already. Our Starlight coming along, 50% on Team West side, and over here we've got like about 50% as well. And I'm pretty sure this was aimed at the water here. But for some reason the game wants to lag. Yes, kinda nice that meteorites give metal, indeed. But that's just how it's supposed to be, that's realistic. Just like it's realistic that you can just grab meteorites from the sky and throw them down. About half done, indeed. And on your side it is about the same. Are you also like reclaiming your nukes? Yes you are. Right. I'm not sure how good that is. And the reason I say that is because you've got 1 out of 1 nuke. Wouldn't it be worth it to just at least fire your nuke before reclaiming it? And here another Zenith shot. It's probably the Zenith that's making it lag. But I'm not completely sure. Merlins still firing away, though not really hitting all that much. Though, yeah, there isn't that much over here either for Team East, so if Team West wants to, they could probably keep pushing this. Because there is no Lucifer over here, this Desolator has been cut off, this one could be just stunned, this one could also be stunned. And yes, a lot of reclaim. Over here, well, a couple of the Conjurers were being discovered. I don't know why you would do this, person. And Scorpion. Well, Scorpion is quite okay. But not against this many Felons, just so you know. Over here, missile silo should go down soon. Right? Maybe not now against these ratbacks, but it should go down quite soon. Oh, it actually does go down. C is gone, they push anytime now. Yeah, I kinda felt like that was going to happen a long time ago, but I guess not. Over here, fusion reactor should be able to be taken down by the Sea Wolves, if they want to. Not that it really cripples Team East a lot. Taking down the energy pylon might be more important, though also not that important. Cutting off the entire north from south would be a good idea, but for that you would need to go all the way to the back. After which you can also take down the singularity. Over here, well, look at that. That's 30 seconds left. Over here it's 4 minutes left. Team East should be way faster with their singularity. No, Starlight. Singularity is the reactor. The thing that gives energy. So, Starlight, how long will it take you? 15 more seconds? 14? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. And uh-oh, Zenith is trying to hit you. And there it goes. Right, so Starlight is now up for Team East, and they should be able to target the enemy's Zenith, they should be able to target the enemy Starlight, and they have drawn out a path to take. Though, maybe just target this little bit of a Shogun Hunter match thing first. And not your own units? Oh wait, no, those aren't yours. Never mind. I was like, wait a second, are you just going to take down your own shield ball? But no. Nanopirate will be ferried over here. Though, yeah. The commander does survive. The Hercules doesn't. Over here, Reeve and Shogun will be able to hit the enemy base quite soon. And how is your Starlight going? 1.5 minutes. Enemy Starlight has been taken offline and even, well, not destroyed, but it has been taken offline. Because I've got bluffed Thunderbird, I believe it was. Right? Or it was the Reeve, actually. Could have been the Reeve, in which case, good job, Reefy. You did it. So, Starlight back online, or at least it's going to be online soon. First needs to have enough energy, which it doesn't have yet. How large is the grid? Yeah, no, only 340? Ooh, that's really not a lot. Was it? Yeah, advanced geo, but like that's it, right? Can't imagine you had an actual singularity here, right? No. And GG. Let me know what you think of matches like these, because they're really difficult to cast. But well done that you made it this far into the video. Consider watching the video in your lower left. But that's all I'm going to have for you today, and I'll see you in another video. Bye. They're difficult to cast because there is so much going on, yet nothing is happening.